and other objects leaving the playing surface at any time. Please ensure you're paying attention to the play at all times, including when leaving or returning to your seat. And be aware, tonight there might be ghosts, goblins, werewolves, and or vampires.
It has been a successful month of October for the guys in green and gold. That has some teams talking about their horrifyingly fast-paced game and their terrifyingly thunderous checks. Tonight, they look to cap off the home portion of the month with another win on a spooky Saturday night from the Centennial Arena. Hello, everybody. Alongside Mark Frank, I'm Keegan Bartram as we welcome you inside the beautiful Centennial Arena here in Okotoks, Alberta, for tonight's Alberta Junior Hockey League matchup between the Lloydminster Bobcats and the Okotoks Oilers right here on Hockey TV. And Mark, you want to know something that is scary? It's only been a few weeks that I have gone without seeing you, and I started to miss you a little bit, my friend.
I'm not going to comment. I can't swear on the radio.
We have a lot of fun up here. What a game we got for ourselves here tonight. Lloydminster, Okotoks, first time seeing Lloyd this season. What are we expecting here from a team coming out of the north that has struggled here primarily on the road to start the year?
Well, they won their first game last night 6-2, right? So they actually are. We're going to see something I think similar to Fort McMurray when Fort Mac was here. This team does not give up a lot of goals. They don't score a lot, but they've got 44 goals for, which is 6th in the north, but they've given up 48, which is 2nd. So that's their saviors, their defensive play right now, and they've got some good goaltending. But, you know, last night, I don't know, they went into Olds and scored 6 goals. They've scored 4 in the last 4, or 8 goals in the last 4 games previous to that. So in one game, they almost did their whole 4 games. I'm
not going to take anything away from their win last night, but that Olds team is free-falling right now, right out of second all the way down, but not even on our topic of discussion. Lloydminster 6th in the north. It has been tight, and we talk about parity in this league and how important points are at the beginning of the season. They needed 2 points last night on the road because a team like Grand Prairie went up and beat first place Spruce Grove, and they're on the heels of this Lloyd team right now.
Yeah, and in this league, you know, when you get divisional play, north comes down to south, they're almost like free points, right? Because you're not competing against anybody in your division where, you know, you can go up or down or whatever. So now if you can steal a couple of points, those are freebies for you. And for Okotoks, it's key. You know, you've got a couple against Fort Mac. You've got to come out here and take these points because it's if the north teams, like Fort Mac is down here for 4 games this week, if they can take some of those points away, those are points those guys lose and they can't get back.
Speaking of getting points and finding a stride, this Okotoks Oilers team, points in 7 consecutive games here to end off this month right now, 5-0-2 in that span. It's been a while since they lost, dating back to Brooks when they were here in town and that weekend sweep Brooks had of them. But this team's getting healthy, and now they've added. They are playing some good hockey.
Yeah, they're playing well, you know, and that's the benefit that you get when you get so many veterans back, right? They all buy into the program really easy. The depth is really deep on this hockey club. They don't have a lot of superstars, but they go deep. I mean, you have veterans playing on the 4th line on this team, and it changes all the time who's on that 4th line. But, you know, if you can have, typically in this league, you have 2 lines that can score. That's your key if you're coaching. You want two lines that can score. You need a checking line, and your 4th line is your future that you hopefully bring up and you move up with you. Oilers didn't do that. I mean, and it's because last year they went so young. Now they've got veterans there, and they're all contributing, right? 3-4 goals. I mean, you've got your Gorley, Hellier, Huck, and if Yoder can get going now, you've got some goal scoring there. But your peripheral goal scorers, I mean, on the third line, you've got guys with 4 and 3 goals. You've got guys on the fourth line with 4 goals this year. That's the key to Okotoks and their forecheck. Their forecheck is something of beauty to watch. You know, seeing as an old coach, you watch that forecheck that they've got, and it's pretty special to watch when it works.
Well, they recently added two here a couple days ago, adding defenseman, 17-year-old defenseman Rylan Brown from the Drayton Valley Thunder. Sam Moserchak goes back the other way in that deal. It's a great deal for Okotoks, too. They're adding a nice young defenseman on the back end, AJHL defenseman. He was part of the all-rookie team last year. He had 35 points. That's going to add to maybe some power play troubles they've had here early on.
Well, you get a lot, right? With Rylan Brown, he scored 12 goals last year, 23 assists. He gets points. Right now, you got to add some on that back end. And with Moserchuk, you had a lot of guys that were like him in the lineup, right? So Drayton Valley gets a very good hockey player. There's nothing wrong with Moserchuk at all. He's a very physical hockey player. And Drayton Valley has 3 rookie defensemen on their program. They need to add maybe a little bit of toughness in that North Division. And Okotoks, you know, I'm going to say kudos to the coaches because it is Sean Brown. We confirmed that. His father is the coach of Drayton Valley and the GM. So now if you're going to send your son somewhere, you can choose wherever you want him to go. And for him to send him to the Okotoks Oilers, that's a big kudos for this organization.
I agree 100%. And there's been some high praise for Rylan Brown coming down to Okotoks, and none more than what his expectations are coming down here. Head coach and general manager Tyler Dice spoke on getting Brown and how this team's been rolling here in the past or throughout the month of October. So let's hear from head coach Tyler Dice pregame.
Tyler, points in 7 straight games for you guys, victories in 5 of those games. Really starting to see a consistent level of play for you guys.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things that we wanted to be a little bit more consistent in the way that we're coming out to each game. And, I am happy right now. We still haven't really got that 60 minutes quite yet, but, it's definitely going in the right direction.
Healthy lineup playing a big factor in all that, I would assume.
For sure. We got a little bit of that injury bug right off the bat, but that's things that teams have to work through and stuff like that. So, now we're a little bit healthier and stuff like that, so it's going well.
Lines have been shuffling all season long a little bit. Is that something that you like to have as different combinations, or are you a coach that you'd like a little more steady, stern type of lineup?
No, I like it a little bit more steady in the sense of it and building that continuity. But just right now, it's kind of just rolling that kind of way and stuff with the injuries and then guys not being in the lineup and stuff like that. So it's just kind of getting into that part of the game.
First look at recently acquired defenseman Rylan Brown. What are your expectations for him, and obviously the excitement level to have him in Oiler now?
Yeah, he's an exceptional talent here, so we're excited to have him here. But the expectations are here just to go out and have fun here. It's his first game and stuff like that, and it's going to take him a little bit of time. He's a young kid and stuff, so it's just go out, have some fun, and put a smile on your face.
First look at Lloyd this season. What do you expect out of them? We know their power plays first in the North. Obviously, you want to play a disciplined game, but you want to play a hard game. Yeah,
at the end of the day, we talked about that. We've got to make sure that we're smart and we're not taking unnecessary penalties and stuff. We don't want to lose the game that way. So, we just got to make sure that we're playing this game the right way so it gives us a chance to win.
Last one for you, Parker Saka in the net again for you. He's been a rock for you guys all season. Talk about him a little bit and how he's carried the workload.
Yeah, it's his season, right? He's been with us for a long time. He knows that we're going to play him here. And, even if he has a bad goal or a bad game or something like that, we're going to give him a chance here. And, he's taking it and rolling with it.
Thanks, Tyler. Good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, man.
There's head coach and general manager Tyler Dice on what he thinks is probably a happy. You got to think he's a happy man right now, having the healthy lineup back.
How many coaches say I'm happy I got my team back? Going into that though, Parker Saka, I like the kid. He's battled so hard. He like we talked before, he's the COVID baby on this team, right? And it's the COVID year screwed everybody up so bad, and he missed it. And he had the opportunity last year. He couldn't handle it. Okotoks made a deal, and the Hitman's goalie came down. This year, it's his to take. You know, he wasn't great in the beginning. It took him a couple of games, but finally he realized, I think, hey, now it's my turn. I'm number one. I'm going to do it. And he's done so well this year. Kudos to that kid. He's put it all together this year. But it takes time for goalies, right? You just can't jump in and do it.
Before we get to Nigel Dubé and his comments on Lloydminster here, especially about the road woes that they've had, and he made a funny comment about their first place power play right now. The first place, I should say, in the North power play, that it might catch some people off guard. But looking at the top scorers in the league, no Oilers, no Bobcats in the top 20. Are we expecting a lower scoring game, knowing that there's not, but both teams look like they have some guys who can score?
Yeah, they do, and I think it's just a style of play that each team plays, right? Okotoks is very good in the back end and with their defensemen. So it's teams come in here and they don't score a lot against Okotoks. Can they open it up again like they did last night? Maybe. I mean, it's road trips do wonderful things, right, for hockey clubs. And sometimes magic happens when you're sitting in that hotel room all day long and all night. And you know, I don't know where they're staying out of. They're probably staying out of Calgary because they played Olds now here, and then they're in Canmore tomorrow. So they probably have a base somewhere that they're at, and it can happen. It can happen. And the Okotoks Oilers, no, it's the Oilers. Yeah, unless Ham, Huck, and Hillier light it up, you're going to get a lunch bucket group coming onto this ice, and it's 4 lines deep.
Well, Nigel Dubé had this to say about his team and the road travel that we just mentioned, that you mentioned there, Mark, and how it's a little different in the North. So here's head coach Nigel Dubé for the Lloydminster Bobcats.
Nigel, big first road win for you guys last night. Must feel nice to get that road monkey off you guys back here early.
Yeah, I think a big part, obviously we played a lot of close games, all year so far, and it was good to get that one and then some separation, early, and I thought, we were back to playing the game that we're used to, and that was good. So we got a lot of road games coming up between tonight and the next month, so we got to be able to win on the road.
What do you think has been the biggest issue for you guys on the road so far? Because you seem pretty comfortable at home, but the road games just seem to get away from you a little bit.
Yeah, well, you look at the road games, they're all by 1 goal or in overtime. So, just a matter of being in it. I thought last night we jumped out to an early start, which was a big part of it. We want to duplicate that effort again tonight here, and it's a big part. So our guys now are used to the travel, and we're not some of these South teams where it's a couple hours and you're there. We spend some more time on the road. So it's a big part of it, just getting used to it, and hopefully we're there now.
Your guys' power play is a strong suit for your guys' game. First in the North right now. Okotoks is a team that's really penalized. Is that something that you guys are focused on coming into this one, knowing that information?
Well, actually, we talked about today. We haven't liked our power play, so hopefully we can get it to where we want it to be at. And I think for us, we got to play disciplined and we got to create opportunity off of the power play. It's a special teams game now, it seems, and you need the momentum off of it. You're not scoring on it. You need the momentum off it. So if we do get those opportunities, we got to make the most of them.
Last one for you. What are some other big keys to success coming in, playing an Okotoks team that's riding a little bit of high and playing with some confidence?
Yeah, Dice does a good job all the time with his teams, and they're upbeat and a lot of speed to them. So I think our puck management, again, is going to be crucial, and just getting out to a good start and playing with some energy is going to be a big part of it. So the way we look at it should be a good hockey game, and we just got to make sure we got our roots on and we're ready to go.
Nigel, thanks for this and good luck tonight.
Thanks so much.
Nigel Dubé, Lloydminster Bobcats, talking about his team. And you know what I'm expecting out of this game, Mark, is that this Lloydminster team, knowing that they have a third game in 3 days tomorrow, they're going to be flying here tonight after a big win last night, looking to pick up 4 points, knowing tomorrow is going to be even harder at a 2 o'clock start.
Yeah, and you know what? He even said it. We're coming for a quick start. This is going to be interesting because Okotoks always has great starts in the last stretch down the last few games. So, you know what? This first 10 minutes might be interesting. Usually in a game you sort of say, okay, the road team is going to sort of just, if they can handle a mess for the first 10 minutes and get into the groove, everything will be good. Well, this is the first time I heard a coach sort of say, we're coming after it right off the gate.
I'm expecting Oilers fans to be ready for this one. It is Okotoks, it is Lloydminster. We are about a minute away from puck drop here from Centennial Arena. We'll step aside and come back, and when we do, we'll have O Canada and puck drop between the Bobcats and Oilers right here on Hockey TV.
Fans, it's time to welcome your Okotoks Oilers! And here's tonight's starting lineup, presented by Infinite Wealth Management. On defense, number 10, Jamie Weller. On defense, number 2, Cade Turner. On left wing, number 28, Seth Kindlerchuk. At center, number 7, Austin Rushney. On right wing, number 9, Ty Yoder. And in goal, number 31, Parker Saka. Tonight's future Oilers presented by Sobeys Okotoks. Playing for the 2013 Major Spartans, his favorite Oiler is Jace Mountain. Please welcome 8-year-old Jace Timmer. To enter your child with a chance to be the next future Oiler, fill out the entry form at Sobeys Okotoks. The starting lineup is brought to you by Infinite Wealth Management, offering a wealth planning approach integrating specialized tax, retirement, and estate planning needs to small business owners. Tonight's National Anthem is presented by Casada Burritos and Tacos at 420 Big Rock Lane in Okotoks. Now, for those of you who are able, we now ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and join Sarah Hennifer in the singing of O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for